What's up guys, Sal here. So one of the big reasons for the Galaxy S23 Ultra's success in terms of sales and public reception is the company's decision to use the Snapdragon chip globally instead of a two-way split between Exynos and Snapdragon. We're all aware of Samsung's history with Exynos chipsets, so when reports emerged that Samsung is planning to bring the Exynos chip back to the Galaxy S24 lineup, people lost their minds. Because when you're paying over $1,000 for a phone, you want the best of the best. But you see, there was still hope because it was just a rumor at that point. The Korean report mentioned that Samsung may or may not use the Exynos chip on the S24 depending on the heating issue they currently have with the chipset. But now it's apparently confirmed that the Exynos chip is making a comeback with the Galaxy S24 lineup, as the Vice President of Samsung LSI division during the Q1 earnings call mentioned, and I quote, "We are pushing for the return of Exynos to the flagship of the Galaxy series," thereby confirming the rumors that Exynos is making a return to the Galaxy S24 lineup. So this likely means Europe and some parts of Asia will get Exynos 2400 and the US and Canada will get Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for the S24 lineup. Now, before you get disappointed, let me give you some good news as well. The Exynos 2400 has appeared on Geekbench and the numbers are really impressive. On Geekbench 5, it scored 1700 on single core and almost 7000 on multi-core. This is huge compared to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 on the S23 Ultra and the latest A16 Bionic chip from Apple. We don't have the latest scores for the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for the Galaxy S24 Ultra, but what we do have is the scores for the engineering sample of the 8 Gen 3. And the Exynos chip performs much better here in multi-core, but falls short in single-core tests. The reason we are seeing better multi-core scores on the Exynos is likely that they are now using 10 CPU cores compared to the 8 on the Snapdragon. On the GPU part, Samsung is now using 4 times the compute units of the Exynos 2200, which means theoretically it should perform 4 times better than Exynos 2200 in graphics performance. Samsung has recently renewed their deal with AMD, so it's gonna be the AMD GPU again. Coupled with Samsung's improved 4nm LPP production, the Exynos 2400 should perform better on the Galaxy S24 lineup, at least on paper. But given the history of Exynos chips, I'm not holding any high expectations. Now finally, here's a wild rumor. This tipster says that Samsung will use the Exynos 2400 only on the base S24 variant, while the Plus and Ultra variants will get the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in every market. This is unusual for Samsung, they haven't done this before, and considering the fact that this tipster has been wrong multiple times in the past, I wouldn't bet much on this yet, so highly advisable to take it with some skepticism for now. But as always, I'll keep you updated with all the latest Galaxy S24 Ultra information, so do consider subscribing for that. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.